here opping and really be cop. Young as I look, but I feel like I want. Big on G and I can't.
Tucker Carlson said that the NSA got into his signal.
The NSA admitted it a couple of years ago that they were up in my Signal account. They did that again. Called other people. Oh, he's going to interview Putin. I hadn't told anybody that. My wife, 2 producers, that's it. Then I'm over there, and of course I want to see Snowden, who I admire. And he just said, respectfully, I'd rather not anyone know that we met. Great. The only reason I'm telling you this, Semaphore reporting information they got from the U.S. intel agencies, leaking against me using my money in my name. They run this piece saying I'd met with Snowden, like it was a crime or something. And if you have a media establishment that acts as an auxiliary of, or acts as employees of, the national security state, you don't have a free country.
Dude, if you're offered 50,000, but if you accept it, the person you hate most in the world gets 100,000, are you taking it? Of course, I'm gonna take 150,000. What?
Biggie died, Tupac died, and then there was the fight between who was the top rapper now, Nas and Jay-Z, and then the next thing you know, Nas has a nervous breakdown and he's taken out of the game and it's all Jay-Z. And he was working with R. Kelly and they were making so many records together. They both fucked Aaliyah. They shared so much in common. And then there was a falling out. And that's like it never happened. Whoever talks about best of both worlds, nobody talks about that.
Nobody talks about this shit.
Why?
We know why.
I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dane. But maybe that was because he was fucking a girl that didn't want you.
Oh.
Maybe that's why you moved his ass around and out of Rockefeller so tough and then just moved right over to Def Jam. By the way, wasn't this all around the time when Aaliyah died?
Yeah.
And Beyonce's solo career was struggling? They were having a hard time taking her solo. And then Aaliyah died. And then they brought Rich Harrison in, and you know, I think it's crazy right now. She liked posing with him in pictures for Page 6. Aaliyah didn't. She fell in love with Dane. And Aaliyah's gone. And you have to start asking yourself questions after being in this business for this long. If you're a halfway intelligent person, when do you start questioning how lucky some motherfuckers keep getting?
Right.
Is it really a conspiracy if the same person keeps benefiting off the same kinds of tragedy?
No bitch, drink it up like it's Kool-Aid. Hell yeah, I need my money by the due date. Stop playing cause these bullets got no name. All blacked out, strapped.
What happens if you combine a VTOL fighter jet with a kamikaze drone? Well, you get this. The all-new Roadrunner M drone interceptor, designed to hunt down other enemy drones. And it was built by the guy who made the Oculus Rift VR headset, believe it or not. Just announced by the defense contractor Anduril, it launches out of this hangar called a nest, which is part of a network of nests linked to just one operation base. It features a twin turbojet propulsion system and a high-G aeronautic design to track its targets, although its targeting system has yet to be named. And in the event where it doesn't make a glorious interception, it can land back VTOL style and be used.
I love my people. I mean all people, folk, what have you. By that I mean anyone who chooses to act in a civilized manner. However, since acting in bad faith can be dismissed as trolling, we see a rise in casual deception being a character trait. Not a good thing in my opinion, instead of the typical deal breaker that it used to be. Be vigilant, brothers and sisters. Someone who has to be told to treat you with basic dignity and respect, making a mistake, they're making a choice. And the best apology will always be changed behavior.
You blow relationships with quality men because you don't know how to be in a committed, faithful relationship. You don't know how to turn the TV off. You don't know how to shut down all other outside attention from men and just focus on one man. So you're always keeping all your doors open, all your options open, so you never really have time to bond with this man. And he's into you, talking to you, dealing with you. Men are not that complicated. When we choose somebody, we choose because we're trying to get on down the road and build and do life. But you still got 11 million things, all these different things. And you guys are talking back and forth, dealing with one another. And then all of a sudden, your pattern starts to change. And he's like, well, wait a minute. We were jump roping like this, and now your pattern is a little bit off. He starts to notice something. And you ever notice that when you ladies cheat, you never just cheat and break up? You always have So you're going right. You're leaving one man going directly to another because you've been cheating all along. And it's time that we start being honest about female infidelity. You ladies are cheaters.
Thin line between loyalty and stupidity. Don't never let a nigga run that game on you. I'll be loyal, but I ain't gonna be stupid, nigga. Yeah, you ain't just gonna use that loyalty to the point to where it's like I'm out here betraying myself. That's real. So loyal to you that I betray myself. Yeah, that's real. You know what I'm saying? We all here to be used. We just not here to be misused.
You think I need you. It's like, I don't think so. I think you need me. And if you don't want me around anymore, we'll see who needs who.
I learned about the process of Ho'oponopono, which is an ancient Hawaiian process that has to do with 4 simple statements. It says, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. A guy named Dr. Hugh Len, he was brought in as a doctor to look at this in a psych ward. Within 2 years of using Ho'oponopono, the inmates that were violent and the inmates that were there, many of them were transferred to other facilities. The vibe completely switched around. There was a lot of healing that happened. Now, the interesting thing is that Dr. Hugh Len never actually met these people. What he explained is that reality is just data. Other people in our reality are reflections of our own inner reality. So what he would do is he would go through people's files and he would go, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. He would take 100% responsibility for their energy. By taking the responsibility and healing his image of them, there was something about them that started to heal.
Remember, the idea of having to earn a living implies that by default you don't actually deserve to be alive.
Okay, that device you see plugged into the iPhone, that's my video transmitter. Now this is my video repeater. Basically it takes any video signal coming out of the iPhone and it boosts it, enhances it. And I can take over any other video signal that I want that I put this close to. So what we're filming on the iPhone right now, I'm going to put on one of these screens. I'm going to give you a demonstration of how this works. Good? Yeah?
Yeah, got it.
All right.
It was settled by the Dutch, and it was called New Amsterdam. The people who lived in New York for a very long time were Dutch. So you end up having this pocket of Dutch people in New York City. And then the rest of the New England colonies are, mostly British. The British and the other colonies do not like the fucking Dutch. And they think they're weird as shit, which kind of still holds true today. Well, we need to invent a slur to call the Dutch people. Most of the Dutch people had the same 2 names. So most of the men in the New Amsterdam colony of New York City were either named Kees, Dutch version of Cornelius, or Jan, which is the Dutch version of John. So they decided to mix the 2 names, Jan and Kees, combine them, Yankees, and that turned into New York Yankees.
I really be cop. Young as I look, but I feel like I want. Big on G and I can't.